Okay. I'm gonna mess with a little bit of obsidian. I'm gonna just try to preform this thing out. I need a palette cleanser. I just got done working some basalt. And I need relief. Ah, look at how well the flakes detach. Look at how luxurious it is. I don't even have to do anything. I just gotta tap it. And it's gone. It's great. It's awesome. It's lovely. Oh, that's just kind of gross right there. Pop it off that way. It's two. Oh no! My gloves. Man, these ones held together for a long time, honestly. They're the Heart brand from Wally World. All my other ones kind of tend to go through. You know, I don't like how exposed that is. I got the tape. Because I can just see. You know, you flint knappers, you know how smart those flakes are. They see that hole, and you know what they see? They see opportunity. They say, oh my goodness, he's exposed. Take him out. And then they just right down into there. So, either they'll make me itchy, or, oh my goodness, or they will, ooh, it's got a little bit of, they'll make me itchy, or they'll make me bleed, or both. Whoops, that's okay. Maybe we should try employing the overshoot technology to clean up the edge. Might have to do it. I don't really know if I want to. This is working fine. Ew, darn it. I hinged it. That would have been kind of nice if that would have gone. I could have used just a bit more gas on that one, but yeah. Whoop. I'm adjusting the center line of that a little bit, because that is pretty steep up there. I'm going to see if I can tame it by shooting flakes down and around, kind of like so. A little bit. Try again. There we go. That was a bit of a doozy, but that work? Excuse me. Yeah. Now we got her cleaned up just a little bit. Yeah, it's so nice. Stuff is very nice. You just can't beat some nice obsidian. It's just pleasant, you know? It's like lemonade on a hot day, or some obsidian after you've worked with some basalt. That's one that only us knappers will understand. Yeah. Alright, I keep bumping this stupid thing. 1 second. You guys are getting manipulated. I'm still going to keep bumping that, aren't I? I totally turned the video off, but that's okay. It's much better because now I don't have to worry about it as much. I feel like I put myself in a position where I fiddle with my camera just too much. I just want to be able to film, and I kind of don't like the angle that you guys are at. I just can't really see what's going on. How about now? I think you're just right back where you were. It's fine. I'll adjust. Whoa. Whoa. There. I needed to give that one a bit of gas. See, those flakes are shattering. No. A little bit of gas. What am I making? Good question. Not sure. I've had a Cascade on my list. Oh yeah, nice. See that? There's that bugger right there. Shot the flake off of that platform. Took it all the way down through there. Ate off that guy. Voila. Thinned out the whole middle section so it's easier to snap. You love to see it. What I'm trying to say is that was a little risky, but I wanted to get rid of that. I don't like what I did there though. That's pretty. Yeah. Ugh. And I especially do not in any way like what that was. That introduced like a good bit of shatter. Yuck. And this is not low grade mahogany. In fact, I think this is Jeez, what am I doing? Oy, hold on. It's two now. That's two of them that have done that. Goodness me. I've put that nastiness in right there. I put the nastiness in right there. Jeez. I have to be Bob the Builder to fix all this stuff. Can we fix it? I don't know. I want to say that we can. Conservatively, I'm going to say that I'm going to try to go for a Cascade. I don't really got one of those yet. Wow. That's really bad right in there. Helped clean up some of it. Still. It'd be nice if I actually committed to my hits and didn't do silly boy stuff like that. You can't be doing that. No. Let's see. I want to check my errors because, again, that down there, that hurt. Hurt when I did that. Oh no. Yeah, that was kind of real nasty. I got to do some center line adjustment because I'm getting to the point where this whole entire bottom section is really, really flat. And I need to start thinning that top portion out, so I need to really do some kind of not so deep flakes. They're just kind of like super steep angle flakes that allow me to shift stuff upwards. That's giving me a little bit better of a chance of running a flake along that surface. I'm still not quite where I'd like to be. I want to think that I could manage that, but I don't want to risk it. So I've had a couple dingbutt mistakes that I do not want to put anywhere else except on the base. Kind of ate my tip off there just a little bit, but that's okay. Be brave. The bravery was worth it. How about here? Okay, still got that there, but that wasn't too bad. I think now it's taking it just a bit better. Yes, sir, it is. Yeah. What in the mamacita is going on there? Oh, that was that one flake that I didn't detach, and I made just a crap ton of incipients. Oh no. Hold on. I'm pretty sure I just sliced my arm open on some glass. I did. Fun. It's everywhere. That's why I was like, oh no, because my shoe was looking awful inviting. These flakes are like, oh, that looks cozy in there. Can I live inside your shoe? And then puncture your heel while you're walking up to your apartment? I say no. No, you can't. Not allowed. It is criminal behavior. Still got some nastiness there. This specifically, I need to fix that up. The good thing about a Cascade, or at least in my mind with Cascades, is that you can kind of work both sides, and then depending on how things are going, with whatever side, let's see if we can get her. Yeah. With whatever side, there was that step fraction there. Just popped it right off. Whichever side's looking the best, you can you can make that your tip, because they're a pretty simple shape. I think too, that flake came off. There was a dude, an ancient man. I think he was out of Washington. Someone in the comments is going to know exactly who I'm talking about. He was an ancient man. He was buried in a riverbank. And some guys came across his bones, and he gave us like some extreme insight. I wish I could remember his name. It's fascinating. It's really, really fascinating. There was a lot of like litigation tied up with him. And why is that not focusing? For what godforsaken purpose is that not focusing for? This is the one thing that's in frame. There's a lot of litigation tied up with him. He was sorry, I'm still just trying to figure out this damn crap. Oh, I'm gonna bend this. Ugh. Yeah, I think that made it just a bit more shallow. I'm gonna move forward a little bit. He was discovered by some guys that were on a walk and found his bones, and there was a cascade point lodged in his hip, and his bone had healed around it. And like, I cannot fathom going about your life with that thing just in ya, you know? That looks even worse. I'm so sorry. But yeah, I read a little article on it. Fascinating, really fascinating stuff. I was intrigued by it. If somebody knows, and it wasn't Utsi. It was a different ancient man. Ooh, popped off a little bit there. Hey. Trying to keep this just a little bit thick because, jeez. Okay, so all of that entire gumbus in there, all that nastiness, shot a flake from there, from that platform, shot it through, went all the way over to the top, didn't overshoot because I'm a lucky son of a gun, and it took that off. I kind of wish it wouldn't have gotten that thin, but whatever. I'm not gonna, I don't know how the saying goes. There's a saying, but I'm not gonna complain. But I was kind of in the middle of saying that I'm God. The camera is in the way in such a way that I can't see what I'm doing. Pretty sure there's gonna be a dedicated segment of the video. How many times did Harley adjust the camera? Well, you weren't counting. There's a prize for it. Someone's gonna count it now. One of you smart Alex is gonna be just like, oh yeah, well, I actually did count. I did count. Yes, I did. It's looking pretty okay so far. What I was saying, the Cascade points is that they have the, oh shoot, you know, that fancy flaking stuff that I can't quite do yet, just not quite there for skill. I'm just not realizing this might be a pain in the butt to do pressure flaking with the camera here. It's right in my face. It gives you a great view, I will say that. I'm just hunched over the thing like a gargoyle. Oh, come on. There we go. It's a little bit better. Sometimes it's nice just to like take your time with Obsidian, you know? Because you're just like, yeah, it's going to be good. There's going to be no surprises, usually. You can just put on cruise control and just kind of kick it, you know? I've had this piece of Obsidian hanging out for a while. I think it was... Oh... Was this part of a box that I got from someone? I think so. I'll have to check. Because I could have sworn that somebody gave me this. I think somebody did. I'm pretty sure. Now that I'm thinking it over, I'm pretty sure that I got this from somebody over on the Reddit. Gave me a big box of Obsidian. Yeah, I think his Reddit username is like, I don't remember. It was funny. It was funny how I thought I'd remember that. Nah. There was no shot. This is going to do wonders for my back. I should start a GoFundMe for a new dang mattress or something. Because it's time. I could use one. I'll just wait for junk days when they throw them on the curb. Pick one up that way. It's pre-seasoned. It's like a cast iron pan. You just gotta pick out one that has good seasoning, right? Yeah. It's non-stick. That's awful. That's so awful. I mean, it makes me sick to think about. I shouldn't even joke about that. Ugh. Horrible. Is that abraded enough? Woohoo! That one flew away. Where did it go? I don't know. I might try to leave her a bit thick. This really isn't quite a Cascade. Cascades kind of are a lot more pointy. Would I keep shaping her down into a Cascade? I could. It'd be pretty easy because I really don't need to thin a whole lot more. It's already pretty. It's almost a bit too thin, in my opinion. Is there such a thing? I think so. So I recently started doing I've been trying to work on like my triangular point profile. I think what has that, Edens and stuff. Shoot, I should have. Oh no! One second. Hold on. Okay, sorry. I had to do a little searching. I looked through my book there while this was paused, and I can make a Cascade knife. This is plenty long, except it's usually pointy on one end. I still might try to do some of the nice flaking on it if I can. I do want to take care of that though. That's nasty in there. Yeah, that wasn't too bad. There's that little ridge in there. I cleaned her up there. I'm not gonna do that again. Yeah, I can. And I completely missed it because it wasn't on camera. Whoops. My bad, boys. It went away, I swear. I swear. Yeah, the Cascade knives tend to be a bit more ovular on the bottom, I suppose. Is that the word that we're going to use? Am I making up words again? Maybe. I might very well be. I'm also realizing that this is like, it's not really a two-part video because I accidentally stopped recording it while I was adjusting the camera. But yeah, I looked at the timestamp and I was like, I had to do a double take because it said that I was only 20 minutes in, and I was like, no, that is not correct. It was just simply false. That is fake news. There we go. Work on this back end just a little bit. We're gonna do some kind of steep shaping flakes. I did kind of get myself guffed up a little bit because it does slope down a little bit. It's not, doesn't have a much of a taper. It kind of folds down. See how the end kind of curls down on that end? Yeah, whoopsie. I wasn't paying the most attention. I probably should have been. Yeah, just gotta kind of. Better. It's actually looking a lot better. Do need to take care of that though. There's something weird about that. That particular flake felt funny. And I didn't like it. No, I didn't. Hold on. What are we looking here? I'm looking back and forth between the pictures. It really is kind of just like it doesn't have like really the flat base like I have here. It really is kind of just like tapered down on both ends. But you know, that's fine. There's nothing really wrong with that. I don't know. Also trying not to flake it too much because I kind of want to keep that a bit thin. Like I'm half tempted to get a pressure flaker out and just pressure flake that, but I don't know if I want to quite do that. Stinker, come on. Don't be fighting me. There's no need. You're on your way to being beautiful. I mean, it is already kind of very pretty. But yeah, I've gotten myself quite the downturn up in there, so that's going to be kind of fun to take care of. I might. How am I doing? I gotta see. Let me see. I want to see how this looks too. See how easy it is to pressure flake. That's not my hand pad. That's a dial. Whoops. That's not gonna work. I'm just doing some pressure flaker trimming right now. I just need a bit more control. I would do this with the indirect. I don't know. I wasn't feeling, you know, I just wasn't feeling that. Sometimes when you're working with your tools and you're just like, yeah, you just don't feel like it. That's where I was. I was looking much closer now. Yeah. In fact, I might just round that bottom off and then try to go through, because it's a bit too pointy here. A lot of these kind of had like a little bit of a rounded base to them. Like so. A little bit of weirdness there. Sorry. Moving my stuff around. Let's see. Lovely. Let me look at the photo. That sums it up. Okay. So now, what I'm going to do, finely grind these edges. It's a really nice thing about these sharpening stones. I got this one at the hardware store. They work really good for Obsidian. Whoa, sorry about that. My bad. Basically just smacked you in the face. They work really good for Obsidian because you can manage to cool little feature about my pressure flaker here. Hold on. I have to deploy a bit more of it. Let me grab my tools here. I just got my little baggie so I don't get too gritty. And a little screwdriver. And they're all the same size. I just have that marked as yellow so I can see it. So you loosen that set screw. Take your little pliers. Give it a shimmy shimmy. Boom. You got more. And then you only need to really like finger tighten it. And then it's got like a poo-ton inside. So you don't really got to worry about, oh my god, I dropped it. You don't really got to worry about like pulling out nails and stuff. Let's see, did I ruin it? Is it done for? No, it's not. It's fine. What are you worried about? It's fine. Yeah, a little feature of my pressure flaker. Designed those myself. 3D print them too. I'll probably end up selling them at some point. But if you send me material to use, I'll send you both of the sizes that I got, just as an exchange. So if you want to try some tools out, hook me up with some material. Hold on. I gotta really get my... There's a big black fly that's buzzing around. I don't like him. He likes me. It's just like mosquitoes. They think they're your best friend. You don't want nothing to do with them. There's a platform right there. That was kind of a nasty one. Where is it? I see one area that I want to get. Right there. Get him good. Did they have ground stems? All right, let's read a little excerpt from the book. Great Basin, I'll let you look at this while I read this out. Great Basin to Washington. Description: a medium to large size broad blade with rounded base. The distal is rounded and pointed. Broad, wide, flat flakes were taken to thin the blade. Edge alignment and resharpening are short. Steeply taken flakes from one or both sides. Interesting. Okay. Well, heaps worried. I do have a couple extra spots. Want to clean up just a little bit. Some of those ones on this flatter side I can just kind of pull straight down because you ain't gonna really run much of a long flake on those super steep surfaces unless you're kind of like this one where you have a nice little strong platform. Let's sharpen the tip now too, don't we? Shouldn't be too bad. Let's see here. Might not do this right, but I don't care. It is a bit thick up there up front, but I'm not gonna hold it against myself. To be honest with you, I'm quite pleased with how this is as it is. Actually, except I'm not, because the base is a little messy. It's lopsided. Nappers will let you know if something is not symmetrical, because that is the ultimate sin. There's that black fly again. Do I call it? Yeah, I might call it. There's a couple. Is it attached? It is. Don't do what I'm doing right now. You can get a obsidian splinter under your fingernail, and it hurts. Oh my god, does it hurt? Maybe one more. Those are famous last words, by the way. One more, just one more. If I snap this thing, though, I am at fault, and I am a dum-dum, because this thing's pretty darn thick, all things considered. There we go, a little bit better. Yeah, I tried to run some nice long flakes. Look at that guy right there. What a champion. Yeah. Nice edge there. Most of those go towards the middle. Some nice flakes on that edge too. Reasonable thickness. Got a little bit of a twist to it, but I'm not too worried. On this side, this edge kind of falls flat because I did sort of bevel it in order to get those nice flakes. If I really wanted to clean it up and do both sides, because I've got a couple on this side, but I don't quite have as many. Mostly because I don't want this video to be like an hour long. Or not an hour, like 2 hours. I keep forgetting that I have like two other parts of this video recorded because I messed up. Wait, is this triple flip? Hold on. This might have extra cool factor. Hold on. This is for you boys. You stay towards the end. Proud of you. Ooh. Okay. Yeah. You got some spots near the edge there. The edge is a little bit fuzzy, but that spot right there is a good one. Ooh, down there too, right there. That is also a very good one. But if you view it at an angle, yeah, you can see through it at an angle. Oh, that's sick. That's awesome. I love that. Yeah, something nice about working Obsidian after struggling through basalt, which I made this, by the way. This is what I made. But yeah, a little Cascade knife. Maybe it's a dovetail. I don't know. I was going for a Cascade knife, but yeah, not bad at all. Do I have a thumbnail for this one yet? I don't know if I do. Can I get some angles to make the flakes extra accentuated? Yes, I can. Beauty. Take a picture. There we go. Let's pull this off now that we don't need it. Oh, see, I was even wearing through that. I just pulled the top of it off. I just realized I gotta measure this for you. Where'd my tape measure go? Let's see. Nothing too crazy. Like a 3. Whoop. 3 3/8. 3 3/8. Sitting at about 1.5, pretty much. A little bit under. I don't know my thickness, but yeah, I'm happy with that. I'm quite happy with that. It was just pleasant. It was nice. I enjoyed that. I hope you guys did too. Like I said, there's just something nice about Obsidian. Oh, she's sharp too. Love it. Love it. Awesome. Well, I appreciate you guys watching. Join me next time when I wreck my wrists. Yeah. Thanks for watching. Peace.